All right, so I got another clip here from the Canada First rally that was held this Saturday, and Pierre Poilievre has another really strong message, and he starts it off by saying, "Help is on the way." Very subtle, but there's a minute 15 video here where he actually kind of tells us what that means, and I think it's a great message. It was a strong message, and I just want to show this with you guys, then we'll talk about it after, like usual. Oops.
So we must treat mass fentanyl traffickers for what they are, mass murderers. And that is why my government will repeal Liberal laws C5 and C75 and bring in mandatory life sentences for trafficking and producing over 40 milligrams of fentanyl. 40 milligrams is enough to kill 20 people. We will lock up and throw away the murderers who are killing our families. More important than what I will do is why I will do it. You know, it shouldn't have taken President Trump to get the Liberals to wake up that there's a fentanyl crisis in this country. I'm not doing this for him. I'm doing this so that there's not one more Canadian parent that has to collapse on the ground on learning that their child has died in a back alley somewhere. We must reinvest in treatment and recovery to bring our loved ones home drug-free. And so my message to those who are struggling with addiction is this: hang on, have hope, help is on the way.
I mean, that was awesome. And it's kind of crazy, isn't it? I mean, 40 milligrams can kill 20 people. 2 milligrams per person, that's all it takes, man. And I know people who've unfortunately passed away from that horrific drug. People think that when you overdose on something, it must mean that you've taken a lot of it. Well, with this drug, it's not true. A little bit more than what you're prescribed can be the end. It's extremely powerful, and we have to be very careful with it. It should only be used in extreme circumstances where someone's dealing with extreme pain. And anyone caught making it and distributing it illegally should absolutely be thrown in prison, and they should be charged with being a mass murderer, because that's what they are. Pierre's right about that. 100%. Like he said, there's been, in the previous video, there's been 50,000 people over the past 9 years that have OD'd off of this ridiculous drug. That's 50,000 parents who have to go to their son's or daughter's funeral. I mean, it's disgusting. It's a huge problem. Mark Carney doesn't think there's a crisis, by the way. Mark Carney and all these liberal doofuses around Canada, somehow we still have a bunch of them, they think it's not a problem. They think it's not a crisis. But yeah, you go into a park or near a daycare, for crying out loud, and there's needles everywhere, there's people passed out, there's people urinating and defecating all over the place. You got to explain that to little Billy while you're walking him to school. Dad, what's that? Oh, it's just a man passed out because he's on drugs and needs a lot of help, and he's very sick. And what does our country do? We let him stay on the street. Nice, huh? Real nice. What you should be doing is opening treatment centers, and anybody who is that, I don't want to say out of their mind, but you know what I mean. I'm not trying to insult them. I'm just saying they're so out of it, they need help. And in that situation, they should be forced into these treatment centers. And that's what I would do. I mean, I would build those things en masse, as many as we needed, and I'm getting those people clean. I'm getting them off the street. I'm also going to, open mental health treatment centers and get everybody who's homeless because they're mentally ill off the street as well. And that's what we should be doing. We used to have those, at least in the States. I know that. I know I've heard about them in the States. I'm pretty sure we had them here too. And of course, like anything else, there's going to be some bad things. There's some reports of abuse. And instead of correcting the abuse, they shut the programs down and just put these poor people on the street. Nice, huh? Canadians, we're so nice. We're so nice. And you know what? I've seen a video of an abandoned one in Hamilton here, so I know for a fact that we've had them in Canada. But I guess we don't care anymore. But now that it's such a problem, Canadians are starting to finally wake up and say, hey, listen, these people need help. And even if you're a libertarian, you think that people should be able to do whatever they want, even a lot of libertarians are like, yeah, until you start hurting society. Even libertarians who are the most lenient, generally speaking, would probably agree with a more, I don't want to say authoritarian, but that's more of a populist argument. It's like, hey, listen, we're going to have a good society where everyone is free to make their own choices, but if you go so far down the wrong path, we're going to help you, and we're going to make you stop using fentanyl or whatever drug it is. I agree with that 100%. And let me know what you guys think. Do you have an even better plan to get people clean and to get people off the street? And do you like what Pierre Poilievre had to say here? I thought it was a great message, but I'm always curious as to what you guys have to say. Also, I want to apologize for my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather today, so I'm sure I sound a little bit messed up and, well, whatever. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back with a new one shortly. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. Take care.